That miracle of the new birth will be offered to all those who choose to trust in Jesus Christ. The invitation is open to all. Now, one of the interesting things about contemporary church is that we struggle about the invitation today in covenant. There are some in the church that believe that the covenant should be open to all people. Just come on in. The water's fine. But if you hear what Peter says as he preaches that sermon, he says the invitation is open. But you have to be willing to accept that invitation and change your lifestyle. He says that in one word. He says repent. We open our doors to all. The invitation is open to all because that's what God did on Pentecost. But people need to be willing to change their lives in order to be part of the covenant. It's kind of like we talked about. It's one of the cultural interesting things is that words such as accountability that we use in just general language, in the religious community, words such as sin, you see them not being used anymore very much, right? You don't hear sin too much. And we know in our culture one of the things we deal with is accountability. Anything happens, well, it's not your fault. Well, I'm sorry, somewhere along the line you've got to fess up saying, yeah, I done messed up. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to say it. When somebody called me on the carpet today, I want to do everything I possibly can to be defensive about that. Because even I don't want to affirm what mistakes I've made in my life or what sin is. But the reality is, that's the deal. Even back in Jesus' time, even back in the early days of the Methodist revival, there were many in the church that said, we don't believe in sin. And they disagreed with Wesley as he preached the revival because one of the things he focused on, the fact was, God's invitation is all, but you first got to understand, y'all are asleep to your true condition.